Spruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. 270-9933, the number to call. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
In the mood for the holidays here.
Brought along a few little poinsettias just so people know that we have them if you want to get them early for Thanksgiving. Otherwise, I did bring, this is a lemon scented, and then next to it I have rosemary. Both of these have been sheared into sort of a Christmas tree shape if you want to add that as a little element. And then down front I actually have wintergreen with berries on them. That, yeah, right down here, and you can overwinter them inside, and then if when we're past danger of frost, you can move them outside and have them survive. And I also brought a very brightly colored golden amaryllis that doesn't, that one, they're saying you can just grow it like that.
Really?
It will flower. No, I've not done that. I'll have to try it and report back.
Okay, let's go to the phones. Let's start with Jennifer in Mount Horeb. Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm wondering if you can tell me, I want to propagate cutting off a branch off of magnolia tree to bring it inside to try to incite it to do a little blooming during the winter to alleviate the winter blues. So you know what one needs to do, and can that be applied to a forsythia or a mock orange as well?
Okay, I'm familiar with forcing things like forsythia. That's probably the easiest to do, or different kinds of cherries. I believe that they need to go through the cooling period, so I don't think you can do that this time of the year, but earlier, probably February, March, that would be the time frame when you start to see those buds swelling. I've not heard of it being done in magnolia, but as long as those flowers are set and they've gone through their cooling period, I think it should probably work. I bet star magnolia would be easier than others.
Okay.
I'll do some checking.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Jeanette in Milton. Hi, Jeanette.
Hello.
Hi, what's your question?
My spider plants are turning black, the leaves and even the babies.
Okay. The whole thing is turning black. Well, when I move mine in from outside, I have a lot of leaves and things that I have to pull off that start to look brown and then sometimes black. Just prune away the parts that don't look good, and if you can increase your humidity in your home, that will help all those plants that are trying to survive inside.
Yeah, it helps a lot.
It does.
All right, let's go to Doug in Evansville. Hi, Doug.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I have I believe it's called a hairy landis. They're a filbert. This year was just a terrible year for it. It's about 6 foot tall, but it leaved maybe a dozen leaves and then just stopped. Can I cut it back? What can I do with this?
Well, last winter there were quite a number of plants. When we got down to 35 below, we hadn't been that cold in a long, long time. And things like burning bushes, a lot of them died. Japanese maple did not make it. And if it's hairy lauder's walking stick, that's what I'm familiar with, that is marginally hardy. And so if you have some of it that has survived, prune off the portions that aren't alive and see if you're left with something that's acceptable, and wait to see what kind of winter we have this year.
It was a tough winter last year.
It was very hard last winter.
All right, Lavon from Lancaster. Hi, what's your question?
Yes, good afternoon. I put in a hydrangea plant about 3 months ago, and in reading the directions it says not to cut it off, but to mulch it, and there's still leaves on it and flowers. Is that going to hurt it, or?
Okay, this hydrangea is one that's meant to be outside in Wisconsin, correct? It's not?
Yes, yes.
All right, well then if it still has leaves, I would guess that it's a type of microphylla. So sometimes people recognize endless summer. There's a whole group of plants that you do not prune them back in the fall, hoping that we have a mild winter, because then the buds that are there will actually flower a little bit earlier. They're supposed to bloom on both old wood and new. But I would just be on the safe side, don't prune it back.
Okay. Let's go to Grace in Madison. Hi, Grace. Grace, you there?
Yes.
What's your question?
Grace?
Go ahead. What's your question?
The poinsettia. How many years will it blossom?
Well, poinsettias it's not that they reproduce flowers. They have to go through, in order for them to flower and produce the colorful panicles, see, the flower on these plants are down inside. And they will flower every year, but they have to go through a period of a certain number of dark hours.
This is the flower.
Right. And these are colorful panicles. So to do that, it's frequently much easier to just buy a new poinsettia, because with our lights on at night, they don't go through the proper darkness to light hours, and so then it's very difficult. I have someone at the office that is doing it consistently. She moves it to a dark closet.
Right.
Yes, and I'm going to take a picture and bring it on for you eventually. But you have to be dedicated to do that.
All right, we are out of time. If you're on the line, stay there. Linda, we'll talk to you off the air. Let's head over to